Hey guys, this is Loony and welcome to the episode. Today we are flying because last episode we went to the end and got ourselves an elytra. But before we can go and start on our new base, which I'm really excited to do, we have to do one more thing. Our elytra is already a little bit damaged and we need to have a proper way of repairing our gear, so we have to have a steady experience source. The levels that we have now from the Ender Dragon fight could last us a while, but we need to repair as well, and for that we need fresh experience orbs. So we're gonna go to the end and make an Enderman Grinder. But before doing that, I just wanted to come back to the ship and make sure that we didn't miss the treasure map here, because I wasn't quite sure. It turned out there was no treasure map. This chest simply didn't spawn. So I decided to take to the air and just fly around a little bit to see if maybe we could find one. And after only a little bit of flying, we dove into the ocean here, went in the ship through the open hatch, swam to the door for the air pocket, checked the chest, and there we go. We have a buried treasure map. So we decided to look for the buried treasure. We found it pretty quickly, thanks to a very helpful tip we got from Philza. Philza explained, if you see yourself on the map, you face north, so it's arrow pointing up. You make sure that you align with the center of the red cross. So we see the tip popping out on the map, and now we move backward until our little bum sticks out only 1 pixel on the bottom. Then we dig down, and we're gonna be right on top of the chest. See, there we go. Remove the sand, otherwise we can't open it. 2 blocks, and that's a chest with lots of goodies. TNT, which is gonna come in handy, and a heart of the sea, which is the thing that we were actually looking for. So now we can get some leaves and go to the end to construct our ender farm. To make this enderman farm work, we have to get ourselves an endermite. Endermites are really tiny mobs. I think they're the tiniest hostile mob in the game actually. And they have a chance to spawn every time that an ender pearl lands. So we need to get a bunch of pearls to throw on the ground, hopefully spawning the endermite. What we're doing now is we're building a little safe platform which we can stand under to farm the first ender pearls. Currently we have the pumpkin hat on so they can't see us, but because this place is only 2 blocks high, whereas endermen are 3 blocks high, if we go under here, look them straight in the eye, they can't actually hit us. Look, he's gonna come over here, and I'm very careful, only aggroing the first one, but it works pretty well. So now, let's aggro a whole bunch. Every time that you look at an enderman, at his head, he will aggro on you. Even if it's the back of his head, it will count as eye contact and he will be coming for you. And little word of warning, when there's a bunch, they're gonna get very noisy. This is even nothing compared to what the Ender Grinder is gonna sound like. Whew. And I even adjusted the audio there. I tuned them down a little bit because it was just, you couldn't hear me. It was way too loud. Right now we're building 128 blocks into the void. 128 should be enough. I'm not entirely sure because I didn't check my research here, but from what I've heard it should work. The reason that we're picking leaves is because they're non-spawnable blocks. And we don't want any endermen spawning on here, but we also don't want them to be able to teleport here. And if we're building this way out into the void, then we're basically forcing the endermen to fall and not teleport away because they have no valid blocks to teleport to. That's the idea. So let's put this walkway down and then we'll make a corridor of walls so we have a safe place to run towards the farm later. Then we build a 3 block wide square corridor. This is where the enderman will drop down, and we're building this 42 blocks up. And the reason we're going 42 is that it makes them a 1-hit kill. Then we build a platform on the top with this 3 block wide square in the middle. That's where they're gonna drop down. And above that we're placing a block with a minecart. And we remove the rails so that the minecart can't be moved. This is where the Endermite is going to go. Trapping the Endermite is probably the trickiest part of this build. So what we're going to do is make a small box for him to spawn in. Then we're putting rails on top of it. And we're going to just throw ender pearls until we get Endermite to spawn. It's 5% chance. We got very lucky to have it on our 3rd try, but on average it takes about 20 tries. Then we're gonna give him a name tag. Ours is gonna call Billy B Bait, and we only managed to name tag Billy when he was out of the box. After that, we put a new minecart down and trapped him again. And then we had to push the minecart onto the correct block where Billy was biting us, but it didn't really care. And then we destroy the rails so that after this the minecart can't move. And then finally we get rid of this box and the farm is ready. It's going to be operational within a minute now. So we're switching our cam to have more control, and we're flying down from our platform where we're not going to be there anymore because that's where the Endermen are going to live. We are going to camp out down here. And right here, this platform is elevated a little bit so we can slash at their feet, which is probably a safe way to deal with this. Now, there we go. They're spawning in. Nice. And with the Enderman Grinder setup working, we moved the entire enchanting setup to this area. So we can just grind levels here and enchant all the stuff that we could possibly need. So we activated an auto clicker just to check if it's working. I'm not brave enough to leave this here. I know that this area is safe. I know that nothing can happen, but I just don't dare to leave it. So what we did is activate the auto clicker and alt up into some YouTube, and we watched some old Philza videos, which I gotta say, Philza is the reason that I started this, because it's just the whole concept of having one project for years and working on different parts of it. It's magic to me. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to make a crazy world that it just slowly develops over months and months of play, but I have to be very careful about it because I can't die. And the not dying part, that makes it actually a fascinating thing, because Minecraft in hardcore mode, it's not impossibly hard. It's just scary. It has a real price tag to dying, which means that you have to focus every time you're playing, or it might be the end of your world. And that's a fascinating idea to me, which I didn't think about before. And Philza opened this whole concept to me when he got all this attention for his 5-year world being killed. So hopefully we can build a world like that. It would be really great. And with the Enderman Grinder in place, we're almost ready to start our first project. But then I got back to the house, I found a baby zombie inside, and I realized I'm still an amateur at this game. We're running into very basic problems because I'm sloppy, so I had to check all the light levels in the house. Next episode, we're gonna go out for a base location though, and it's gonna be pretty hairy. So stay tuned, I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.